Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to episode 3 of Blades in the Dark, Cloak Gavel, the Vigilantes actual playthrough. Today it's just going to be a quick little one-on-one game because two of our players couldn't make it. And I didn't want to cancel again because we canceled last week. And so I think we're going to have a short game today, and we're just going to focus on our Blink today. We're going to on our Lurk. And we're going to have a little bit of like downtime and stuff and show that you can kind of play this game as just one person. It might be a little weird. I've never played one-on-one Blades, but I'm excited to see it. I think the game can handle it fine. And we had a couple loose ends from the end of our last session that we can do today just on our own. And I'm really excited to try it out today. And John's super cool to come out and try this and be my guinea pig today for this one-on-one as well. So, John, how are you doing, by the way?
I'm good. Very good. Good to be here, really. Last week, all my games kind of got cancelled, so it's really good to get back in the seat, you know?
Yeah, I know how that feels. If I don't play a game in a couple of days, I get a little crazy. Yeah, man. So, super happy to be here. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what happened last 2 weeks ago, I guess, in the previous session.
Mm-hmm.
I vaguely remember what happened. What do you remember? And then I think maybe together you and I can recall everything in the sort of.
I remember, like, we set out to try and find a whisper, and we heard of one called Grimes.
Yes.
And the way we tracked her down was to use this church of, what are they called? The ghosts. I forget what.
Yeah, it's the ecstasy of the flesh people.
Yeah, and we basically used them as bait and as a coin to trade Grimes for her services. Which, when we watched her hunt one of her little ghost friends, was quite amusing.
Yeah, she's like a ghost exterminator.
Yeah,
and I think it was up in like the shitty slum tenement district of Char Hollow, which is pretty cool. And so you recruited her. I think Storm found out a little bit. I think so. Our slide found a little bit of stuff about Ulf Ironborn at the docks. And I think, and she mentioned, and our Whisper mentioned something about looking up more about Kotar.
Yep, which is what Blink went and did.
Yeah, and basically, you needed to escalate who you talked to in the wraiths about finding out more about Kotar.
Yeah.
And so I think that's what we're going to do today. I think we're going to find out more and kind of have that meeting, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
that would be pretty cool.
Cool. So I think we're going to start at. Do you remember the name of the place that you're supposed to meet? It's the name of like a public house, but I don't remember the name. It's in Six Towers. It's something with a fox.
The Fox and the Hound.
Fox and Hound. Yeah. So the Fox and the Hound. So we are. Would you? Yeah. So the lights. So we're gonna start maybe with the lights there, and you set up the lantern. So like the scene is like a picture of the Fox and Hound on like the old damp streets of the Six Towers. It's dark. And we see the sign kind of swaying through the fog, so it's like Fox and Hound, and then we see a lantern up in the other one of the second story windows of this Victorian kind of public house. So we go there, and do you remember the name? Was there a name? Did I give a name for who you're supposed to meet? Okay,
it was just you have to meet someone, and this is how you meet him.
Yeah, that makes sense, because they're wraiths, and you don't know their names, right?
Exactly. We only know each other literally by when we meet them, and no one knows each other's names kind of thing.
Yeah. And I have to ask you a question about the wraiths. Do all wraiths do you wear the same kind of mask? Is there like, do masks have a sort of like rank to them, like denoting different things, that kind of stuff, or is it deliberately supposed to be like anonymous?
I don't know. Like it is. I'm not like Blink personally wouldn't know. Like
Okay.
like he was given this mask when he joined, and he's used it ever since. Like
Okay.
he's not another one. So whether it holds stature or anything like that, he's not too sure.
Okay.
So that's my way of saying, hey, you play with it.
Sure. No. Yeah. No problem. But me asking you that question is like, hey, you play with it.
Yeah.
So that's fine. Okay. Great. I like the idea that the masks are actually all the same, regardless of the class, because I think that's very, like, I don't know, for me that maybe fits what the brand of the raids would be about.
Yeah.
So this guy, I saw you're waiting there, and you hear a knock on the door, and a broad-shouldered man, wearing the white wraith's mask. And like not exquisite, but like very like genteel or like nobly outfit, a very bright blue, like a very like deep royal blue comes in he's wearing like super awesome boots and like basically he's dressed really well. He comes in and looks at you, and I guess in this room there's a table. It's like a rented room on the second floor of a building, right?
Yeah.
And he looks you guys over. He looks you over. He goes like parts the curtain again, like where the lantern was, and like looks out the window, and everything's fine. And this man, he has a very thick. What's the name? I have to look at the Blades map real quick.
Okay.
The name of the jungle islands, the Dagger Isles. Never mind. I remember the Dagger Isles. He has a very like I think that might be like a Caribbean or like a like kind of accent, and he this man just looks to you and he's like, it's been a while since anyone's asked for me. So.
And so Blink would kind of like fold his arms. He's got his dark cloak on and just the Wraith's mask on.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I was told to ask you about Kotar.
Kotar is a Kotar was supposed to be a god at one point. Before the cataclysm, before the sky went dark. What? What would you like to know? The Dagger Isles have a very strong tradition of remembering. It's said that Kotar was the one who gave us the powers to. So here's a fun fact about the world that your character would know. The Dagger Isles are a place where the folks who inhabit the Dagger Isles, they don't need electric fences to deal with ghosts. They have some other tools and things at their disposal. So he mentions how Kotar was the one who gave us the gifts to deal with ghosts.
Okay.
Without the use of the electric fence. So what would you like to know about this one?
Like, Blink would literally start reflecting, like, what exactly you would,
hey, it's Noogie.
Oh, hello.
Oh, is someone? Is a third player? Okay. Well, anyways, what would you like to know?
Okay, so the way Blink sees, right, like just out of character, the way Blink sees the Raves, they, at least to him so far, they're very trustworthy, so he doesn't have problems revealing secrets because they're secretive in nature, so he kind of feels safe telling them things.
Sure.
Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, totally.
Blink would just like so Blink as Blink, he would be like, did he deal with or attempt a resurrection device of some sort?
He looks at you and he's not quite sure, mostly because it was rumored that our god had many treasures buried in his pyramids. It's quite possible. The man made the god almost his control over the powers of magic and spirits and binding were formidable. He apparently he communed with things that were beyond comprehension. He looks so the guy actually kind of sits down and he tells you like a short story about like what his grandmother what's like said about him and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like my grandmother mentioned how every now and again there would be a strange idol that would show up on shore, depicting something with many hands and many eyes, essentially alluding that he communes with like outer god kind of thingies, like the old god kind of stuff. And that he kind of like retells a story that Kotar was kind of like an Icarus figure, or like a Icarus and meets Faust, dealing with God. So he got too much and brought the world down, like supposedly. So this guy's super powerful.
Rumored to be the cause of the cataclysm.
Yeah, to those of the Dagger Isles, that's for sure.
Yeah. So, after I hear his story, Blink would say, why would I be told to research this once powerful man when this device I spoke of came into conversation?
He looks at you and he's like, now that is the start of a good question. Kotar, while he is no more, parts of him still remain. Relics that hold an exorbitant amount of power. And believe it or not, us raids are in charge of protecting them. To bring himself back, and this might be what you're describing might be something that he could use to bring himself to make himself live again.
So this device, while described as a possibility of bringing someone back from the dead, it's more directly to bring Kotar back himself.
It has the power to...
Is this machine one of these relics?
No, but it's involved. We believe that Kotar, in his many machines, would have anticipated his death, and he may have had something to bring himself back. And this might be what you're describing might be something that he could use to bring himself to make himself live again.
So this device, while described as a possibility of bringing someone back from the dead, it's more directly to bring Kotar back himself.
It has the power to bring someone back regardless of time, yes.
What would the effect of having such a pre-cataclysmic power again walking this earth happen to this world?
He looks at you and he says, "We have no idea. But the last time he walked this earth, the rumors were that he brought the cataclysm. So who knows what would happen again."
Could he?
So the Wraiths were in charge of making sure that would never happen.
So it's kind of like the Wraiths wouldn't want him to come back just in case.
Yeah. So the Wraiths are sort of like a Knights Templar kind of thing, like stopping them from being taken. You must know that many seek these relics.
I do not.
For us, yeah.
This is the first time I've heard of any such relic, as I'm just working with my people.
Well, it's not. He's like, well, that's good because they're not very common knowledge. There are a few intrepid types, a few scholars. They go by the name the Circle of Flame. And they're sworn enemies, and they seek the relics at all costs for their own power. I don't think they wish to resurrect him. I think they just want to use the relics for their power in and of themselves.
You mentioned the Circle of Flame. We've had dealings with them before. Why would...
Yes.
I've never been aware of this war between the Wraiths and the Flame.
It's and he kind of like sighs. Like it's complicated. The Circle have not been. There's been an uneasy peace between us. It seemed like the Circle of Flame was preoccupied with some other business, but it wasn't until recently that we've been hearing that they've been scouring like mad. The Circle of Flame have been capturing a lot of spirit essence from the Spirit Wardens. They definitely seem like they are moving for more war. Now our scouts tell us that the Circle do not know where the next relic is, but who knows how long that will be.
Does the Wraiths know where this next relic would be? I know you said we're...
Yes, he smiles and he says, yes, we know. The Wraiths know where their relic lies. But one is still missing.
One.
There are 3 relics, and we know who has one. We know we have one, and there is one missing.
Okay. Do you have any leads or rumors as to where this lost relic could possibly be found? Even the smallest hint that the Wraiths haven't had time to pursue yet?
No, but we believe that this one relic has the power to control and command demons. So we've been on the lookout for any demonic activity.
So many no's.
Yeah.
You mentioned this was a need-to-know basis. Do I now need to know?
He nods and he's like, yes, and there's something else that I'm going to need from you.
So Blink will kind of like, he's been standing up in the corner now, like this whole time. So he'll sit at the table as well and kind of like lean back a bit. Go, I'm listening.
I need you to take out someone.
Who would this someone be?
And he mentions a detective, an inspector.
There's many inspectors.
And he mentions a. So it's not old Moloko. So I'll let you know that immediately, right?
I was like, "Are you giving me a secret mission to kill my party?"
No.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
please don't kill me for being late.
Yeah.
I thought it was 10 p.m.
Oh, it's okay.
Mistakes were made. In any case, here I am.
Yes. Hello. It's actually it's another inspector though. It's an inspector that old Moloko would know. His name is Adric.
ADR, I see.
Yes.
Cool.
And you know that Adric does a lot of stuff over in the Six Towers. Specifically, he's been. Actually, you know what? He doesn't. I don't think your meeting partner will tell you what his past is or why. He just wants to tell you that he needs to be taken out.
Okay. So this is one of those official missions from the Raves now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So literally, Blink knows how to react. Like he'll just say, nod his head. He won't verbally come out. Like,
take him out and put his body in the water. Dump him in the canal.
Basically, make him disappear.
Yeah.
And when this mission is done, how do I tell you of it?
There's a statue in Heartbreak Square over in the night market.
Yes.
Leave an umbrella at its feet.
Okay. Is there anything else I would need to know about this mission before I head out?
No, it should be pretty straightforward. Try to avoid attracting too much attention.
I can do that.
Yeah, you don't. We don't need to send a message with this. This is a surgical procedure.
Okay.
So they want you to do it stealthily, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shall we?
Yeah, and hey, Noogie, what's up, man?
Hey.
By the way,
it's pretty good.
Yeah, surprise! I wasn't expecting. Okay.
Yeah, my mistake.
That's
my
cool.
Mistake.
No problem.
I scrolled through the chat and saw 10 p.m. Converted it to my time, and that's 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Showed up half an hour early for the mic check, and you're already playing. Got really confused.
Yeah, because we originally were going to have to delay our start, and then we didn't have to.
I remember now. Well,
Yeah.
it was pointed out to me.
Okay.
Yeah, smooth.
So, do you remember what you wanted to do? Do you remember where we were last time?
Yeah, I remember.
Okay. So, what did you want to do? Moloko?
I was looking for a large amount of spirit essence.
Yes.
That's what I was doing. But it sounds like Blink over here has some of his own stuff, which wouldn't. I'm just saying, like Moloko, he could probably help. Morals are only his day job, after all.
Okay. I can see that. So, what do you want to do?
Well, after that meeting and everything,
Yeah.
Blink would head back to base, kind of thing.
Okay.
So
Okay, back to the shop.
back to the shop.
Back to Badger's Tinker and Co. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
My rifle is just sitting there. Just I will use you.
Don't worry, my gauntlets that have knives embedded into them assassin style will be used.
Yeah. So
One day.
Yeah.
One day.
So what do you want to do? So you guys, so yeah, you make it back, right?
Link gets back.
Yeah.
Maloko's drinking fine whiskey. What do you want to tell him?
I guess Blink would like tap him on the shoulder, sit next to him, and be like,
Yeah.
rough night.
It usually is. How are we doing? I haven't seen you in a while.
I've been out getting some things. I've chasing a few leads on the man or the thing Grimes told us to look for.
Well, good. Wait, how long has passed? It's not very long, right?
Yeah, it hasn't been that long.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Good. Good, very good. Whiskey? I offer him like a glass.
He puts his hand up and kind of waves like, I don't drink much.
I've noticed. And anyway, I pour myself his shot and take it.
Oh yeah, like you pulled out a glass, yeah, and you already were pouring it for him before, yeah.
So while he's mid drinking the shot, I'm like, what do you know of an inspector named Adric?
Would I know of an inspector called Adric?
Yeah. So, Maloko, you know that his alias, or like, you know, what he goes by, like on the inspector's team, is Frog.
Frog. Okay.
Yeah.
Frog?
Yeah. And you know that he is a he's a crook. Like he's crooked.
He's a dirty one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
normally inspectors are like not liked. You know, they're very like by the book or whatever. But Frog is kind of corrupt. Frog
Let
takes
me tell
dealings
you
with
about
people.
this asshole.
Yeah.
So, and then I go off on a story about, I don't know, something he's done lately.
Yeah.
Yes, I know of this guy, of this man. He's not a particularly amazing fellow. I hear he goes around in the Six Towers. That's any help to you?
How would you feel if Frog one day disappeared?
Well, you see, he feels a very, I don't want to call it an important role. Boys still haven't come through yet. It's quite early. But in the scheme of things, he would be better off gone.
What if I told you he needed to be gone?
I mean, he was on my list. I guess he just bumps it up. Crooked cops are not a thing very useful in our inspector's business. Of course, it's not uncommon. Just an annoyance.
Yes. Well, I plan to take him out. Will you join me?
If you plan to take him out, I doubt he has much left to live for. Why not? I'll help you.
The last you heard Maloko that he has some friends and some powerful enterprises in the Six Towers area. Particularly the Iruvian group, the Red Sashes. You know that he has a couple friends in them.
Okay.
That's all. I mean, he's not like somebody you would, you're barely acquaintances with, but he's just a dirtbag.
Yeah.
And you might have heard that he was doing something like that. Apparently, he's responsible for investigating the murder of some like crime boss or something like that. Like that. I forget the name of them. The Lamplax. I think that's the name of them. They recently lost their leader. Like they were murdered, and he's responsible for following up on it. And he hasn't been doing a good job. In the meantime, he's also been helping a gang get there. So
wonderful. Let's get him. Okay. How do you want to do it?
Is that what we want to do? Do we want to do that mission?
Oh yeah.
Do we want to do that mission? It looks like we do.
Okay, cool.
It doesn't sound like we need to wait for Storm for this one. This one literally seems like sneak in, take him out quietly, get rid of him.
Yeah.
That's forte.
Yeah.
Like, in character, Maloko would probably be more inclined to help Blink than Dex.
That's fair. Okay. Well, let's come up with our plan, and then let's go to our break.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds like an infiltration plan to me.
Oh, for sure.
Definitely.
Sure.
Super sneaky.
Okay? And what's the detail?
Let me get it up PDF.
Yeah. It's the 6 of them. It doesn't say in the rules reference guide. Here we go. Planning and load. A stealth plan is the entry point. So the guys at oh boy, he's like staying in the guest house of the Red Sashes, of like the Red Sashes compound. So imagine like a fortified banner house. Okay.
Great.
So what's the infiltration point that you guys want to do?
Ooh. Can we say like the infiltration point is when he's not there? I'm assuming he has to go to work at some point.
Yeah. You want to catch him like on the road?
Yeah.
Sure.
That's a different kind of plan, actually.
Okay. Yeah.
Transport plan.
No, it's still infiltration. Like, you're gonna sneak up on him, but you're gonna like take him out on the streets.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that how we want to do it, though? Do we want to...
Like, I'm not saying it could totally... It could... I don't think a transportation plan really works because you're not transporting anything. Unless you're you're transporting death. You're delivering death
to his door.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah, I think the plan would probably be trying to catch him in a way that we know where he would be. Like, so try maybe observe him for a little bit before we actually do this kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that way we can see
like
find routine of when he leaves.
Find his route or something like that, and like take him out. Are you like from a distance?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, cool.
Like,
so like fucking
hill,
like sniping.
Right next to the hills, but
like a sniper.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Like a sharpshooter.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
It's like your class completely revolves around using this rifle.
It's almost as if my class revolves around finding people.
All right.
And killing them.
Okay. Cool then. So we're gonna come back from the break, assassinating this inspector, this corrupt dude.
Finally.
Yeah. Cool, guys. So thanks a lot, and we'll see you guys in a hot skip and a jump. So 5 minutes. All right.